Let's get this. Got some people jumping on in here, family. We just keep the space open for a moment. Just bring some energy through. Just open up your hearts, open to receive. Just as we're letting the last people jump. So dragon energy today. I know it's their time. Yeah. Morning, good morning. I think we still have a few people coming in, so just bear with me if you see me scattering my eyes all over the screen as I try and work out what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just going to change my view here too. Okay. Okay. So welcome. First thing I'd like to do is check in with you all. There has been some big, let's say, celestial information drops into the body in the last few days in particular. Who's feeling zapped? Let me know if you are feeling very zapped, because it has been a thing. My little girl developed croup literally like that, which was very random. So obviously she's in the middle of quite a significant shift as well. When I say little, she's nearly 11, but she's my littlest. And I'm noticing a lot of people noticing that their energy levels are very depleted. So really curious to sit with that today. I have already asked that our beautiful team of Dragon Helpers support our physicality today, and that we are held a bit more potency than what we may have experienced in the past, is to help whatever it is that's going on in our bodies, hold what needs to be held and let go of what needs to be let go of. So fingers crossed. So let me know how you're going, how you're feeling. And also major apologies for losing the, I don't even know how it happened. I'm still bamboozled as to what happened, the recording from our meditation day, because it was definitely recording. So I really have no clue where it's gone. I've even had a mate come through, look through the computer to try and help me, and it's gone. So I'm just going to put that down to it was meant to be that way, because I don't know how else to let that be the thing. And if I can get a moment this week while Lexi's not well, I'll definitely jump in and tap into a further transmission. But I do feel that today is going to be very potent. I was told I had to stand, not sit. So that's a pretty good sign. Once they start using my body, we really start making some big interaction with your bodies as well. So how are we feeling? What is happening in your bodies? What is happening in your minds? What is happening in your hearts? Just take a moment to check in. Where have you been? What mental journeys and emotional journeys have you been on and through? And then you can either drop that in the comments, or we're also going to just open up the chat for welcome this morning as well, for each of you to say your piece, to feel safe. Remembering it's really important that we do feel safe speaking with and to one another. And so let's open that up also. I know that there will be a couple of us that will be on. Claire's coming in at about 10. Carrie will probably jump on, but will be at work training someone, so she'll probably potentially just be listening without being able to interact. All right, so it's all good. If you can't interact today, just let me know. All right, let's open it up. Let's start with you, Michelle. How has your, well, really, it's been a month since the last transmission, but it's been, well, since the last major transmission, but it's been a week since the meditation, which ultimately was a transmission as well. How have you been?
Um, Pretty good. My body at times just feels um, I'm quite tired at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
in a good tired, not a I can't go on tired. And
Mm.
I'm just acknowledging that, maybe just kind of recognizing there's some shifts happening within my body and it just needs to happen, and not taking any drugs, um, and just letting the body work through that.
Yeah, great.
Um, I got onto the trails for the first time in a long time, and uh, yeah, it was magic, absolute magic. My mind, I don't know what's kind of happened, but things that were really annoying me about a month ago just are not annoying me.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to a peace that some things are just are what they are, and there's nothing I can do about it. But just yeah, and I don't, yeah, just thinking the other day, I'm just not being so annoyed by so much, and that's really quite good. That I've obviously just come to a place that's kind of more right for me, I guess. Um, and I met up with my sister at the mall and had a chat with her, and I've done a lot of work with money because genetic inheritance, a big block with money.
Yep.
And she was saying, oh, that she's got this new job and she's got all this extra money that she doesn't know what to do with. And she was saying that her daughter's just started to think about what is she really doing money wise, and has her degree really got her what she needed from life. And I was just going, oh my heavens. Um, well, there's just more evidence of all the work that I've done. It's just affecting everybody. So that's kind of cool. And I've got a student where I work at the moment, and she's been through a similar work situation. And she reached out to me yesterday, and um, it did kind of trigger what I'd been through before, but I didn't stay in that trigger, and that I could talk to her as someone who's been through it, but I didn't take it all on. So that was kind of cool. She kind of just threw it at me, and I was like, oh, yeah, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And she knows what healing she needs to go through. And she said, because we were just talking about things, and I said one day about the healing stuff I, had done. And she says, God, if anybody can go through what you've gone through and be like positive and happy with things are, she said, she said, I find that quite amazing.
Yeah.
So I guess that was kind of why she felt she could open up to me about something.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of
Remember
being,
a long time ago, probably 2, maybe 3 years ago, there was a very clear message that came through for you that although right now you are very in victim and you're still working through all the things that everyone is doing to you, one day you're going to realize that it all happened for you so that
yeah,
you could be a light, a guidance through your literature, through your words. And so, bingo, it's starting to actually show up, isn't it?
it is. It is. So it's kind of exciting, just the coffee with my mother, just lots of little bits that are kind of going, oh, wow. Um,
And so
Yeah,
I'm only
yeah.
the bit where I can sense that you're not in the force of needing to fix or judge, or like I can feel this. For those of us that have known you for quite a long time, there is an evident switch. um, I do feel like cohesion actually triggered that switch the most. Like there was a real deepening for you through that. And what
Mm,
I see now is this, okay, everything is actually for me. And as soon as you begin to recognize it, even the amount of trauma you've had, children taken away from you, like all of these things cleverly taken away from you. Um, I I applaud you for going, hey, you know what? I can make beautiful out of this. And I think that that's a massive thing for each and every one of us to take, as you have been through shit, because you're not going to be a light worker, you're not going to be a grid worker, you're not going to be a healer if you haven't, because we have to go through the stuff, and it sucks. It does suck. But by you going through it, you then get to implement the shift through the planet. All right. So if you were to look at what you've experienced as example for the others that are watching this, Michelle's grids, let's say, imagine grids all through her body. When we first started working together, Michelle was wobbly. There was no consistency. There was a lot of locking up of grids. There was stuckness everywhere, wasn't there, Michelle? Mostly mentally and emotionally, with a little bit of physically. And what has begun to transpire is with Michelle beginning to spend time in the conscious awareness of what is going on for self, whether it is in the current or it has been in the past, she has stayed in it and vigilantly kept her focus on self. And we've been taught, you guys, to not look at ourselves. So this is a huge switch in mindset. We're easy and quick to blame everyone else. They're all the assholes. They're all the horrible people that did this, this, and this to us, right? Once you begin to go, okay, cool. So what part am I playing in feeding the energy of war, or feeding the energy of discomfort or dis-ease? You bring your body, your mind, your emotion into a sustainable place of peace, which is exactly what Michelle has done and will continue to do. When you can have a trigger, know that normally this would spin you out and you'd be curled up under the sheets in the fetal position for the next 2 weeks, and you can have that trigger and then go, okay, cool. But now I've I'm not emotionally attached to the shit. I've gone, yeah, the shit happened. What did I gain? What was my journey? What was my product that came out of this? Who am I as a product that came out of this? And how will I be better for it as a result? And then implementing that into life. So, Michelle, well done, mate. And the fact that I can hear you saying you've had coffee with your mother, to me, I did wonder if that would ever happen. What a journey. What a journey. To
yeah.
let that to let that back in, to me, is amazing.
Yeah, I was wanting to meet up with her, just at first to um, say like my point of view, and for her to understand.
Yeah.
But in that coffee, I realized I'm never going to get that, and I'm
No.
okay with that,
Yeah.
because she's still very much the victim and wants to be seen as the victim. As she went through a whole heap of stuff, and she didn't know how she coped. Well, she only coped because of me at 8 stepping into the mother role and the
Yes.
protective role. Um, and I am fully okay with her never wanting to know that and never acknowledging that. And
Yes.
I'm happy. I'm fine with it, because I know how strong I am now within myself, and I don't need that outside, because it's all within.
Yes, it is. We can't change people, right? I had this very conversation with someone over the weekend. Like, I think
Bloody hell.
I know,
it
you
was
haven't brought me
actually
any
a
pops.
oops, I'll just mute you, Carrie. Was a conversation about watching his marriage just kind of falling to pieces. And all you can do literally is say, well, who are you going to be through this? Because you can't change what they're up to. You can't change what they're feeling. You can change who you are through it. And I think this is really vital for us. Who am I through this? Such powerful words. Who am I going to choose to be through this versus who would I used to have been through this? Because I know who I would have been through many of the things that I've faced and gone, dang, a few people probably would have been dead by now. Like that was how I was raised. Well, that was the circle that I was raised with, and not actually by my own parents, was to give someone a smack if they pissed you off, right? That's not the world we're calling in. So for you to have held such a beautiful strength it's incredible. And may you reap the rewards of that. I really see this is you. Frickin' own it. It is you. You can still see victim all around you, yet there you are saying, I am the Po. It's a beautiful thing. So well done, you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay. All right, let's welcome in Miss Nicola, who haven't had in here before. Nicola actually won through the Shine process, which was last November, I think it was. Nicola actually won a big prize package with me, and she's actually made the choice to come and join us in Akoiya, which I'm super excited about as part of that package. So yay! Welcome. Nicola is, what do we call you, babe? Like a green witch?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
She,
like
all my
potions.
all my potions. See, they sit in here. They're all Nicola's. Welcome, babe. Tell us, mind, body, and
Yeah.
emotion. What's going on for you?
Thank you. Um, it's been busy, term break,
Yeah.
quite busy with the kids and Mercury retrograde. So I understand what you were saying about your video go missing because yeah, it messed with my life a fair bit this time. Normally it doesn't, but yeah, um so the abundance side of it really blew up and not in a good way. And so I've actually been looking into feng shui, and that's where my head's been at the last 2 weeks, trying to sort my house out because basically my toilet, my laundry, and the shower and the basin are all in the wealth corner. So no wonder. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. So it's been a journey trying to sort that out. Yeah, I've had an old trigger. Again, it was a tech thing, so I didn't see a post saying that the market that I was attending was cancelled. Well, not cancelled, but postponed a week. And so I hadn't seen the post. So I'd been prepping, and then I thought I'll just go into the page, and it had been cancelled on the 10th. But, good old tech thing that happened, I didn't see it. So, yeah, I had a bit of anger, had a bit of anger come up again because it was money wasted because I'd started prepping. So, um, yeah, so I did say something, which is actually new for me. I did say that that was really annoying and that a text would have been really good rather than relying on Facebook. So that's probably a good change because normally I'd just stew at home and be a victim.
Yeah.
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 Um, so it changed how I was dealt with at the market on Sunday. I wasn't really spoken to, and that's fine if that's how they want to be. But that's my boundary now, and yeah, I'm quite sort of strict about how I'll be treated. Yeah, so
Yes.
yeah, what's acceptable these days? Yeah,
Celebrating that, Nicola, because you are
yeah,
right. You have always been the one who's just like, oh shit, it was probably me. Like, oh, I'll just suck it up, buttercup. But actually, you never spoke your truth out the way you needed to, except in our groups.
yeah,
So to actually say, hey, actually, when it's something as big as a cancellation, it would be really good to have that verbalized in more ways than one, or shared an email, like whatever, just make
yeah,
sure people know there wouldn't be that many people to contact. Um, I have to agree with you, and I think we can't rely on Facebook to be the point of communication all the time because it's failing more and more every day at the moment. So, like, we need to be aware of that stuff. You verbalizing that,
Yeah.
how did it feel? How did it feel to speak that out? Did you feel stronger?
I didn't speak it because it was all done on text. Like, so the organizer had finally text to say, "Do you realize there's no market tomorrow?" And that's when I replied. So it was via text. Um, yeah, it was. I was nervous. I mean, it's not natural for me to be negative and have my say. It feels unnatural. You know,
Yeah, I don't
it
think you were
feels,
negative. I think change the word there to constructive. Like, this is
yeah,
important feedback to provide to create a society that is better at communicating, that
yeah,
considers more than self in communication, that makes sure that everyone is feeling safe and nurtured. Like, it's all part of it, right?
yeah, yeah.
I don't think it's negative. I think it's actually a really positive thing. If they take it as a negative, you know the
Well,
drill.
that's right. And I mean, that's the learning in all this, So now I've fully realized how I want to be treated by community, by family, whatever. And oh no, I've forgotten what I was going to say.
I feel like those
No, it's
boundaries have
gone.
been
Yeah, yeah, sort
solidified
of
maybe
strong
through this
boundaries.
process.
Yeah, yeah,
That's how.
yeah, I think so.
Can you
Yeah,
feel it in your
yeah.
field? Can you feel like a stronger presence of self now that you've done that?
Uh, Yep, yep. I've been going to the beach heaps to try and transmute, like when the too much self reflection. So I've got to stop that. Like
Yeah.
overthinking, I suppose, is more the word. So to
It's
the
almost a
beach,
judgment of
to the
self.
beach, and yeah, yeah, and wash it away. Yeah, um,
Yeah.
yeah. But my body is so stiff, and like I'm still detoxing from having a tooth extraction. So all those chemicals, like I've had skin eruptions, and I'm still healing the wound. And yeah, so I'm sure it's all part of the astrological stuff, the sacral, and yeah, so just dealing with that. Um, yeah, and I still can't really eat how I like to eat. Like no nuts still, because just stuff like that. Yeah, so it's just been a
Wow.
bit of a bit
Big
frustrating
stuff.
because I feel like I should have been able to heal that in 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, get real. I mean, it's going to take probably 6 weeks, I'd say, before my mouth is back to normal. Yeah.
But you will get there.
Yes. Yes.
You will get there.
Yes.
Just change this.
Yep.
It's going on funny colours for me. Here we go. Right. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. And acknowledging those parts of you, right? I think that's really, really powerful stuff. You're seeing the parts that need to speak, but also seeing the parts that are judging self, and you're capturing that. I think that's amazing.
Yes.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Oh, I have to find where the chat is. Someone's chatting about feng
Feng
shui.
shui.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, leave the plugs in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But try and teach four males about the toilet seat. It's been a mission.
God, I reckon. I
Do you
reckon.
know what? We spray painted the cistern purple. And it looks so cool. Yeah. Because this house is very old, and so the toilet, it gets mold. I mean,
Yeah.
everything was a disaster when you step back and look at it. You're like, no wonder. But anyway, we spray painted the cistern. It looks amazing.
In a shitty old house I lived
Counteracting.
in Kaimata, I painted pansies and stuff like that all over the cistern to make it look nice. It looks so cool. I was so proud of it. It's probably still there.
Yeah.
I've just got someone walking up the driveway. Let me just go check this, guys. Kelly, if you would like to start sharing, babe, that would be amazing. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Nicola. I'm just going to go deal with this. Whoa.
Disconnected.
Yeah. It's been an interesting little while for me. I've had a lot of things kind of
coming up that would normally really rattle me, but they haven't been. Normally, my default state is very ungrounded and very all over the place, and very anxious and just frazzled and just like I find it really, really difficult to ground on a good day, let alone a bad day. But all of these things that have been coming up for me, I've actually been really grounded. Like for my level of normal ungroundedness, I feel really grounded, which is a new experience for me. And I'm very surprised. I'm happy, like this is not a bad thing. It's just a bit unexpected. Yeah. So even though I'm still frustrated about these things, and I would, obviously prefer things were different, I'm not letting it rattle me and send me into a spiral and all of the things it normally would. So I feel like I'm navigating a lot better, which is really, 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 really good. And then, I've had some really deep, vivid dreams, which have been really interesting. Because I went through a phase just in the last week or so, 2 weeks, and I haven't been remembering my dreams, and normally I do. And because I get a lot out of my dreams, so I'm, when I don't remember my dreams, I'm sort of like, oh, why am I not remembering my dreams? And then out of nowhere, I had this really awful, vivid, like dream that was really big and like, whoa, you need to look at this. Like this is something, you need to look at it, and it's going to make you really uncomfortable, but you need to start looking at it. And I'm like, oh no, thank you, I don't want to. But so I'm working my way up to that. And then the other thing I found really super fascinating was last night I was doing my tarot, which I do regularly. And in what it showed me was that what was coming up for me, it was all pentacles, the whole lot, pentacles. And I'm like, this is highly unusual. Like, instead of all of the things I'm normally like trying to manifest into my life or whatever it is, like it's not normally pentacles. And it was like this huge big epiphany light bulb moment where I went, oh my God, like, yes, I want love, and yes, I want all of this other stuff, but right now, oh my God, all I want is some goddamn freaking stability. Like, I just want stable. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And that's not really something like, it's like, whoa, I finally gotten to this point where I'm like, screw all the other stuff. I just want stable. And like, I don't feel bad about it. I feel really good about it. And I go, it's not unreasonable. It's really normal and human and healthy to just want stable.
So
And that's
tell me, why is it want stable instead of I am stable? Just catch that. Where are you looking for stability outside of yourself? Because that's what's fully coming at me is it's just this fun stability within. So that's why you're experiencing this groundedness. That is stability.
I think what did it is I'm obviously job searching at the moment, and I mean, money is fine. I just finished studying, and so I'm now on job seekers, which is perfectly fine. This is what job seekers is designed for. I finished study and I'm transitioning into work, so I am financially supported. So money is not an issue, but of course I have things I have to meet. Like I have to check in every month, and I have to show that I'm actively looking for work. So I'm applying for all of these jobs, and while I know on a level that the right job is going to come for me at the perfect time, and it's all going to align and it's all going to be wonderful and perfect, I still need to do these very surface level things, right? So I'm applying for these jobs and I'm not getting anywhere, which is fine because I don't want these jobs I'm applying for, but I'm applying for them to fill a quota, right?
Yeah.
But one of them came back and it was like, your application isn't going to go any further, but FYI, 96 people applied for this position. 96. And I just sat and went, how do I compete with 95 other people for one role? Like that's insane. That's insane. Like 95 other people. Like, and
But
if
they're
that's
not you, Kelly.
I know they're not me, but if that's just for that one position, what happens when a position comes up that I do want and that's my job and I want that one and that's mine, that's Kelly's, like, are there going to be 95 other people applying for that one? Like, it's
Yeah,
just,
or more. Okay, but what's the difference? Just catch yourself here for a minute, right? Because you're in a cycle of victim that I'm applying and I'm not getting. But here's what I want you to hear, okay? They want you to hear as well, because everything's coming in around me right now, is that there might be 96 other people who put in their applications with an intention behind it that they desired and required that job. They were in manifestation mode for that job. You are not sending your CV into those jobs with intention to get the job because you actually don't want the job. You said it yourself. Okay? So, of course, you're not going to get an interview. So, you can't possibly expect the other 95 people to be put behind you when your intention behind it is not to have it anyway. Okay? So, come right back to the start, ground yourself in, find that, yes, send your CV for the quota off to the places, but also let it go. Okay, let it go at that point and go, okay, great, see ya. I'm doing that from a quota perspective. But the ones that you want, you've got to start right from the very initiation of that application, sending it through, knowing you will get it. Now, every job I have ever applied for, I have got because I've done that, including the one where I employed myself now, which was quite good. It was a good, only one application. It was very helpful. All right. But every single one I've got because I've gone, that job is mine. I can see myself in there. So I want you to start seeing yourself in that job, being the energy of that job, playing with the energy of having the money from that job, knowing what you're creating as a result of being in that job. But right now you're coming from victim and plugging out CVs. That's very different to manifesting the future you desire. And you know it. All right? What will it take for you to step out of believing that 95 or 96 other people are better than you and come into full faith and trust that you are your security and your stability and you can create what you desire? It's the grounding. It's the parts that you're fearing of going into. They're the bits you have to go to. All right?
yeah,
So your homework for the week is go there. You're not a pussy, Kelly. You're not. You're going to go into this shit because you know what happens in your life when you do. You've been through worse than this. You know you have.
yes.
It's time to
Yes.
create,
You're right.
not sit
Yes.
in victim. And I'm getting yes, yes, yes behind me. Yes, 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 yes. No
Yes.
more. More victim. What are you going to do differently today? Change focus. How's that for two good words? Change focus.
Change focus.
And what's stopping you from creating a business of your own?
Oh, you know, all the little things, all
Like
the
excuses?
crippling existential crises and imposter syndromes and
Yep.
fears of change and all those little fun things that we deal with every day. No, I have been told by the guides upstairs that I should be using this opportunity to create more and
Yes.
write more. I just went and did university to get a degree in writing. So why am I not writing? Write more every day. I get, why aren't you writing? Sit and write. And I'll be like, yes, okay, I hear you. I'm trying. So,
And even if it's sharing onto social media, get involved in some groups where people see the way you write. And that is how you get snapped up. Start looking into things like Amazon or, those and go, okay, well, what if I wrote a little 5-page short story? What if I did an expression piece? What if I did those things? What might that look like? What if I sold it for 99 cents just to get my name known? Right? There is no limit except yours, the ones you're placing on yourself.
change
Change
focus. I
focus.
can do that.
I know you can. You have my full backing. I know you can, and I know you will. But no excuses, all right? If you start making excuses, send me a message. And I'll give you 150 reasons why excuses are bullshit.
All right,
Okay?
I will do. I promise. Okay.
Go get it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch this. Hey, you could even post in our group too, some musings in there. I know we'd be keen to read them.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
That would break some vulnerability pieces.
So, all right, I'll consider it.
Good work. All right. The trio of two. How about we open you two up? The trio of two. There you go. The power of three in the room of two.
Morning, everybody. What have I been feeling? I think up until last week, Monday, I'd been feeling like ho-hum, whatever, that kind of energy. And then I feel like the final straw happened at work on the Monday, and I was like, fuck you. And I had to walk away from my computer and catch my breath because normally I'm like, so I caught my breath, came back and wrote an email about what I needed to say because it was via email, and just felt good after that.
Right.
Because I got to say what I needed to say face to face to someone as well. And then Tuesday, when we had that other thing with you Tuesday, and they had that card, it was like, they don't need my energy anymore. And when I finally made that decision, because I'd been, I need to stay because I need to pay the mortgage and nothing, I'm too old to swap jobs and blah, blah, blah. But when I finally thought, no, actually, I need to find something else, my whole energy changed and I've been feeling so much happier. And, I haven't found anything yet, but, I actually feel like, hey, let's go for life. Because I've just made a decision. Pretty much.
And once you say, okay, that's it, I'm up for everything, show me everything, the universe will begin to show you everything. Some of it you won't want, a lot of it you will, right? You will get shown everything, but be open to it all. There's some really beautiful, I'll post them in our page, there's some really beautiful little messages that you can put out to the universe to bring in a gorgeous energy. So, to bring in what it is you're wanting to require. So I think there's a few of you that will find that really helpful as well. Just, it surrenders heart to universe or heart to God, however you want to express it, and know that it's, you're really held. It's like dropping out and floating completely. It's very cool, very powerful. Oh, and I just got a nudge. We're doing some of that today. Okay, there you go. We're going to do some of that today. All right. Amazing. And well done again for speaking out the truth. How many of us are speaking out truth right now? And really going, hey, hang on a minute, I'm sovereign, man. Just because you want me to feel this way or you think you can treat me this way does not mean that is what I'm okay with. But notice how you can do it very lovingly and gently, as well as doing it very sassy and bougie if we want to as well, and go, nah, fuck you, I'm done, right? So, and it is okay to, I watched this thing the other day. It's some people that Nicola and I used to follow quite closely, and then we kind of backed off for a bit, but I watched them, and they said that they were a couple and they had been judged because they were celebrating this massive plant medicine journey that they'd just been on, and they'd held a container for 7 nights for 56 people or something, which is a big energetic thing. And at the end of it, they decided to go on a yacht with all of them. That was the end of the medicine thing, which I was like, well, that sounds very nice to me. They had a beer, one frickin' beer, and they got judged for it. And the woman in the relationship kissed another lady, not a pash, a kiss, to show her love for her. And everyone just got up in arms about how that's not okay. And their answer to that is, love and light doesn't always work. Sometimes you just have to get pretty fucking ghetto with your response to people, and this is it. So it's not all love and light. Sometimes it is looking at the shadow parts of ourselves and of others. She said, I've looked at why I did that, and it was purely love. I love you, and my expression of love to you today is to give you a kiss. That was it. It wasn't a pash, and there was no arms involved. There was a beautiful long hug afterwards that was clearly a very clean energy. And she'd had half a beer, like she may have had more, but there was half a beer out of her bottle. And she said, love and light is great, but it's also the thing that gets everyone to think that they're a lot, like there's a lot of ego base in a love and light type situation as well. So be very careful of that. She said there's also got to be a whole lot of fuck you, right? So sometimes you can go into situations and go, I'm just going to fill this environment full of love. Sometimes, guys, that is all it needs to be. But sometimes there's also this other bit that is the fuck you bit, which I think, Carmen, is where you're at. It's like, yep, I'm trying to raise a vibration. I'm trying to make some shifts here. But if I'm watching this kind of behavior and someone is attacking me with that, fuck you. I'm more powerful than what you think. I am not your victim. I am not your slave. I'm in control here, and I make the decisions. So can everyone take a leaf out of Carmen's book there, please, on how some love and light, absolutely. Let the love and light be from heart. But also know that you have full permission to be all fuck you on shit when you need to be as well. All right? I very much am. I called someone out the other night who spoke very poorly to his ex-wife, disgustingly, at an event. And mate, I just was like, no, because it instantly triggered me into remembering what my ex-husband was like and how he could speak. And I was like, no, you don't get to speak like that. I am actually not okay with that. This is an event that we shouldn't be behaving like that, and that shit's not okay. And every excuse under the sun came out to make it all better. But at the end of the day, it was like, no one deserves that. And if you are so low vibe that that's the way you're going to treat someone, actually, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm staying up here. You can fuck off. Like it's. I just want you to know that if you come on here one day and you say, I told someone to fuck off today, I'm actually going to celebrate you. All right? Nicola's had to get firm with some people before too, haven't you, Nicola? And sometimes you just have to do that. In this group, there is a lot of love. There is a shitload of light, but there's also fuck you. So thank you for bringing that forward, Carmen. It's something that we can all learn from. And I'm celebrating you, girl.
Thank you. I like Carrie's comment she just put there too, because it was for me. I did it for me. It was like finally made that choice. No, for me, I need to do this. So yeah,
absolutely.
Carrie's comment was right. Yeah.
And it is a claim of your sovereignty, right? For how many years have we sat back and gone, oh my God, they're treating me so badly, but I've just got to carry on. God, look how much my screen bounces when I bounce. Shows how wobbly the floor is. I've just got to carry on, right? Fuck off. Stand your ground and say, actually, no. I don't think this man that I spoke to the other night had ever been stood up to like that. Not the way I did it. was like, well, if you're that low vibe, fuck off yourself. Like, that's not okay. She was actually doing a really beautiful thing, and you decided to scream at her across the table in front of everyone. Not okay. So know that you have full permission to claim your sovereignty in any moment. In any moment. But try and do it as nicely as you can. Sometimes that comes with a fuck you. And that is as nicely as you can. Right? Get it, girl. So did you hand in your resignation?
When I get this job I applied for, yes,
Yeah.
I will.
Yes, and that's right. And so manifesting that job, right? Manifesting the job, calling it in, calling in the energy.
Yes.
But I get it. I probably wouldn't leave a job without having another one either. But know that as soon as you're getting that flow, just like Kelly, let it all flow. Let the release be easeful, and let the stepping in be easeful. Ooh, big shifts, baby. I love that. Celebrating you. Woohoo. Well done. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with all of you today. Bunch of badasses. Yeah. Thank you, Carmen. And how are you, Don?
Yeah, I'm good. Any better, I'd probably be dangerous, to be fair.
Woo! Fire! I love this.
And yeah, I've noticed Carmen's been at that 6 out of 10 level for quite some time, and yeah, she's getting pretty much on fire herself in the last week. I've noticed a huge change, and yeah, good on you. Way to go. Yeah, no, I'm good. I haven't had a very good sleep for the last couple of days, but yeah, I'm not tired, so I guess it doesn't matter. And yeah, I've come and seen Sarah a few times now for I suppose a one-on-one stuff. So I've noticed over probably the start of all of this, I've gone from yeah, really, I suppose from seeing the high waters and burning people, I've seemed to have in my dreams relived my whole life, and yeah, I suppose in the last probably 3 or 4 days, I'm in the present day at the moment. So
Yes.
yeah, things are good. Things are pretty good. And nothing at the moment is really an issue. I feel that I can take a problem and let it flow through me instead of holding it and yeah, beat my head against the wall. And yeah, things are good. Things are good. Not
What a
bad at
huge
all.
shift. What a huge shift.
Yeah.
Celebrating you. It's a brave person who turns to the traumas, to the stuff, and actually works through it. And I have to just like fully praise a man who's doing that, because you're actually a leader. You may not realize that, but that's now like the women have fully stepped in, right? And now the men are being asked to step in. You may notice I'm running a men's Reiki level 1. I've never done that before in my career. But I know that it's time. I've been told that's where you turn your focus to now. Let's make it happen. Women, yes, still, obviously. But I've actually done just a men's one. The men are being asked to step up. So we're going to see them either step up or have to start processing their trauma and because they're avoiding it. So that's going to be a much longer game, right? So the fact that you're going, yep, there's shit there I need to work with, you're stepping in, you're processing it, you're stepping up the rungs of the ladder as I talk about, you're doing it so fast. So thank you, because this is our security and stability piece as a planet as we begin some of the biggest years of our lives. We're about to embark on them, the biggest shift for humanity. And here you are. It's a powerful place to be. And it's interesting, out of all my VIP coaching clients at the moment, I have 3 men and 1 woman. Isn't that incredible? There is an evident shift. Yeah. It's very, very exciting. And we've never had that. I don't think in any of our groups or anything before we've really had any men, have we, girls? So like I think this is pretty. Well, some of them there was no men. It was a woman's one, but I think that's really bloody exciting. But I would also say to you that do have men in your lives that you really want to go through this and they haven't yet. Let it be. Let it be. Just like you awakened at a point in your life when it was meant to happen, and so must they. If you place the expectation on them to do that before their readiness, they will reject it and it will be a longer process potentially. So we must let them do this in their time. And awakening isn't just to the 4 years of bollocks that just took place. It's so much more than that. It's understanding their own truth and sovereignty. So celebrating the shit out of you, because that is super exciting. It was a big session. Well, we knew it was going to be a game changer, but that's a very significant game changer. So well done. Honoring
Thank
that.
you.
And I know all us girls are all saying thank you, because we all look at our partners and go, yep, that would be great. So, like this is a beautiful, powerful thing to know that it is girls, it is happening. The evidence is there, okay? And it will happen for them, if it hasn't already, whenever it's time. All right. And Carrie has put a comment in just to say that she's at work, so she can't contribute right now. But Carrie, if you'd like to drop what's going on for you, mind, body, etc., then by all means drop it in the chat so we can tap in. But what we're going to do right now, I'm getting the nudge. I'm being shoved backwards and forwards all the time, so I know it's time for spirit to begin to move through. So let's make it happen. If you need to have a drink or a toilet stop, let's do it now. And we will kick straight in. So let me know if you need to take a quick break. Michelle may be right now. And then I'm going to reconnect myself to the Bluetooth. I'm not going to run the music through the computer this time like I did last time. Simply that it's a bit technical this end and is a bit draining on the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to do it another way. Okay, we're good there. Could you hear the music when you came in earlier? Was it working? Okay. See if you can hear this now. Oh, I've got to turn it up though, that helps. Not really. Kind of. Is it in and out? It is a bit of a funny one too. It's a bit of a funny song. Okay. All right. Well, maybe I will do it on here. Oh. Get out of there. Let me just bring it up here. Tell it to be quiet. Oops. Okay. Might be a moment. Beautiful. So just make yourselves comfy. What the heck? That was weird. Okay.
Bluetooth disconnected.
That was loud. That's what I don't like about the speaker. Right, here we go. Okay. Oh, God. Cheeky thing. Let's see if this works for us. Okay, can't hear anything. yes, I can. It's playing on my phone, but I'm playing it on the computer. Explain that one to me. Okay, let's just forget it. I think that's a better option right now. Seems a lot easier. All right, let's relax on and giving yourself breath where breath has not been today. Just noticing your feet, your body. Calling back all of your energy from where it may have been left, placed. I call back all of my energy back into my body now, calling it back, calling it back. And the theme that I have just been presented with is the theme of bravery or courage today, which seems very profound given the conversations we've had today. And so, you're invited to sit with the parts of yourself in this now moment that are ready to be braver and more courageous. Noticing those parts of you, just place them out in front of you so that you can see them and categorize them maybe over to one side of you. These are the parts of me that are choosing to be more brave, and give them breath. Breathe those parts, deep, deep internal acknowledgement of this is where I choose to step in my life. Give those parts of you the attention, whilst also now allowing the parts of you that are feeling extremely vulnerable and fearful, potentially anxious, worried, unsure. Can you also let those parts of you be seen as well? These are the parts that desire the healing to enable them to go over to that other group. Noticing the two, both perfect in what they are. But notice the desire from the vulnerable side that it would love to be as brave and courageous as the other. No judgment here is required, just observation. And as we call in the dragons, Akoiya, Akoiya, calling in all elementals, the ancestors, the angels, the archangels, our own individual guides, the cosmic families of each of us. Any other divine sentient beings that are able to support our journey today into becoming more courageous, into owning our courage. We ask them to step forward also. And I'm seeing a larger collective of dragons today, and the creator of all that is. God, Mother, Father, God, Sophia, however you wish to refer into this space now. And the Ascended Masters, many Ascended Masters attend today also, with additional and evident support of the Pleiadians. As the mother dragon moves into me, she asks you to place both collections of feelings very much in your awareness right now. Allow yourself to experience standing at the very bottom of a mountain, carrying both of these large weights. The weight of desire, the weight of needing to become, the weight of I'm not there yet but I wish for, as well as the weight of being stuck in the anxiousness, the fear, the worry, the concern, the non-bravery, the victim. Both carry a weight. And it is the weight that we are being invited to observe now. Where are you believing that you need to be more courageous, and it is carrying a weight because it is directly connected to something in the other pocket of energy? It tells you you're not strong enough, not good enough. Look for the cords between the two you may never have been aware of before. Notice between them the word need or trying, the energetic pull from fear and anxiety and worry across to courage or bravery. I need to be more brave. I'm trying to be more courageous. Begin walking up this mountain, carrying the weight of both. You step upon the mountain that the Akoiya live within. With every step, you feel the codes of their scales that have been dropped and integrated into the soils of this mountain. You may notice your feet sparking a little as they step. The burden does not necessarily become stronger or heavier as you walk. But what you begin to notice, however, is how much harder it is every step due to carrying the weight of this expectation, this need, this trying. You are being lifted and risen above all below you, as far as the eye can see, are the lands that you have walked before now. You are rising, and you are able to look upon it all, understanding that what you carry right now came from there. It came from there because your resources weren't quite there. The Akoiya desire you to know that where you are right now on this journey upon this mountain, and as you keep walking, this is all available to you now. Everything that you didn't get resourced back on the plains, you can receive and will and do upon this mountain, through this mountain, this living, sentient being. You are recalibrating to the energetics of volcanic and mountained piled, constructive, pyramid-like energy, where you understand if a foundation is not strong, the peak will not stay long. In full trust, you are invited to begin to access the upper part of this mountain. And as you raise higher, knowing that something is about to shift within you, notice your breath. Bring yourself into a deeper calibration. Feel the pressure build up within you. Where are you feeling that pressure building within your body? Notice the sacrum starting to move and meld and maybe even ache a little. In that uncertain space of not knowing which way you might fall, which way you might become when you reach the top. Like you believe the scales must tip and you have to be one or the other. As you enter this mountain in its highest viewpoint, feel the energy through your body and allow the mountain, the energetics of the Akoiya within, that are like the lava that lives within this being. Let it warm you. Let the bones that need to release be available to release. Let them speak the sound, the tone, the noise. Let them speak what needs to be spoken now, that you have carried all of this vulnerability, this fear, even distrust. You've carried all of these heavy, burdening desires of being, needing to be, trying to be, wishing you could be, wishing others could be. Bring it to the top of the mountain. The lava within this mountain is not to burn, it is to transmute and transform. It is where the dragons go to cleanse after working with the humans. It is a soul bath. It is to bathe in the light within the love of a universal consciousness without condition. Like a black hole where there is nothing, therefore it is clean and clear. Gather and circle together around the very crater of this mountain and feel the tension within your body as you weave and mold all of the disbeliefs of your past right out into that one side. Everything that has been in your body, the parts of you that you have been unable to be because of fear or judgment or anxiety, because of disbelief in self, maybe some unworthiness in there. Whenever you were desiring courage and could not be courageous, those parts, let them be there. Just really observe them all. These are parts of you. Look around that circle and be aware that everyone else has them too. Many are very similar. And we're going to call upon similar and same expressions of this throughout our collective. We're going to ask that we can hold for just a moment the collective lack of courage for whatever reason, without judgment. We can hold that too in this circle. Where those within our planet and beyond have been too fearful, been anxious, been scared, been worried, not believed in themselves, not trusted themselves. Let all of that slide up this mountain to meet us now, pulling it from the plains below. And let the burden of where we believe we ought to be also slide from the plains up the mountain and to us as well, meeting the other side, the other collection, both of equal importance, because even in our bravery, we may experience fear. When we are able to surrender to it all, whether we be vulnerable or whether we be courageous, whether we be scared or whether we be brave, all of the times in our lives where we have been unable to be in our full expression of courage, now is the time to acknowledge it all right now. Whenever you felt weak, less than, not enough, dragons invite you and are pulling like sheets, like pulling the fascia of the body and creating a twist. You're pulling it from the plains up the side of the mountain to meet us in this circle right now. Feel what it feels like in your body in this moment to be holding all of that, all of it. And the dragons call more, knowing there is more from the plains and from the ocean. Almost like a million men and women climbing the mountain. You see the movement of energy as it compiles at the top of this mountain. Where have you desired to be so courageous but been so weak? Where have you been so fearful but knowing that you were needed to be brave? That you were ready to step in but you just could not? What if the greatest gift that you could have is knowing that everything that you were was both of these things? You were courageous for noticing the feelings of anxiousness. And it was that very anxiousness that was showing you the precipice and the importance of being so courageous. What if all of it was a divine message to you that you are already it all? You are braver than you ever thought because your mind made you believe less. And as we call all of this energy right now to be held right in front of your heart space, you may feel your hands come together and hold it all in a pile in your hands, a ball that is continually being added to, like a rolling stone, rolling, rolling, folding and bringing in more as it does. It's wrapping itself. The stone in your hand is wrapping itself as it pulls from the plains below this mountain all of the disbelief of the entire planet, all of the lack of courage, disappointment in not being brave enough is folding onto itself over and over again in this divine ball, an observation ball. And notice your lack of judgment toward it. Notice how your body feels toward this ball. You understand that you had to have both. What if you were now to understand that it were as simple as letting it go? As you stand over the mountain's crater, sensing the deep inner knowledge of it, of its ability to transform these feelings of inability, but also to transmute them to become more of what it was you were desiring that you actually always held. If you could invite yourself now to feel all of the pain, of the unworthiness through your body, pulling it up through your feet, pulling it up through your body, all of those times where you have felt that you were minimizing yourself, not playing to your full capability and capacity, but allow it to go into the ball through your hands, into the ball now, handing it over into this beautiful ball of deep knowing, of deep appreciation for all of whom you are, standing as you do above the crater. Set an intention to let go of all of the parts of you that have believed you were not worthy or brave, capable, desirable. Letting go of all of the parts of you that believe that you were not enough or worthy. We call the Akoiya dragons to stand behind us in this circle around the crater of this mountain. Releasing now the pull from the plains and allowing us to hold the energetics of it all in the balls within our hands. What you hold in your hand is a life shift, a complete transformation through the grids of your body, stepping you away from the exhaustion of feeling unworthy and not good enough, of being unaccomplished and unable. All of the words that carry not or un within them or in front of them, you are disestablishing yourself from them now. Hold the ball with your arms outreached and up high. Hold the ball above you. Feel the strength in your body as you know that you are about to release it all. You are about to set yourself free from all that you have believed you were not, so that you are able to fully stand in what you are, who you are as a whole and complete and sovereign being. Now when you are ready, breathe 3 fast, heavy breaths and let the ball go. Kia ona maraika aia ona aia shia. Ira Akoiya, Akoiya, Akoiya. Iane aare te ki shanolo. The balls are taken deep into the cycloned energy of the mountain. They're placed into the nest that sits at the very base, underneath the transformative lava of the mother dragon, healing the wounds of mother, healing the wounds in your feminine energies that have made you believe that you are not worthy, healing the wounds of the masculine, that you were not enough. And they are nurtured, and they are loved here. One by one, the balls become clear and are rolled out of the nest to be set free. And you're standing on top of that mountain, looking down. Notice how you're feeling in your body. Notice how it feels to be in that place of full release and surrender. Standing on the edge of this mountaintop right now. Place your arms out to the side like you are about to fly. What would it take for you to be in full surrender, to dive into this transformative nest, and to let yourself be in full flow of truth again? What would it take for you to breathe yourself in and breathe yourself out in this moment? What would it take for you to fully lean over this crater? What would it take for you to breathe the warmth that is rising from it, knowing that that is your truth? This is your moment to fully drop in and fully let yourself go and be. Are you ready? Are you ready to fully let yourself go there? Go there into the full surrender, the full bravery, because when you do, everything becomes easier. More peace, more grace, more flow, more ease. Are you ready? Feel the emotion of standing on a cliff top, waiting for your moment to fall, not knowing where it takes you. Feel the build-up of that within your body, knowing that when you do this, you could lose everything or gain it all, and you don't know which way. This is your first time to stand there and fall in this way. Sure, there's parts of you that are wondering if you are brave enough to do this, but we know you are. What if as you fell you were caught? What if as you landed it was in the nest of full nurturance? Just like those balls that you just dropped. And on the count of 3, as you begin to let your body rock, knowing that you are going all in on life, you are going all in on your abilities to be courageous, in full trust and full surrender, to be fully all in on what it is you choose in your life, focused on it, giving it all the energy you desire and letting go of everything that is not it. first breath, breathing in, blow out hard. That is your count of 1. Are you prepared to go all the way? Are you prepared to go all in for you? Second breath in and out, and feel what's going on in your body right now as you are rocking on the side of this crater, knowing you are about to hand your whole life over to this moment. Everything that you believed about yourself that you were not is about to change. Everything that you believed about yourself that you desired is about to come in. Taking a big, final, deep breath in. Breathe out and fall. Let your body go where your body goes. Let your mind go where your mind goes. Throw your arms back as you fall and fall and fall. Feeling the full surrender of this moment. Falling more and more, moving through the layers of lava, still falling. Knowing that as they do, they peel back the parts of you that are not holding you in your bravery and your courage. They are now being freed. Moving through all the layers of lava, every single one of them transmutational. And you land in the nest. And you know you've been here before. And you feel the currents of electricity moving through your body, reminding you of whom you truly be. You breathe a soft and subtle breath, a full belief of whom you really be, a deep reminder of nurturance within you. Feel the spine of your body electrified as it sends a magnetic pulse out to the organs of your body, the fascia. We're free. We let go. Now we surrender to life. Now we know that what comes is because of our divine connection in this very nurturing place. You are landed within the nest of the Akoiya. You are held as her babies. You are raised in her vibration from this moment on. And you come back here whenever you need her. Let your body move in that nest. Let it feel what it needs to feel. Let your body in this physical moment move and feel what it needs to feel. Let the body embrace this new way of being. Feel even the straws and foundations of the nest below you, singing and speaking to you. Feel them showing you new ways of full faith. As you are breathed upon by the mother dragon, she breathes life into you. She nudges you gently and lets you know how loved you are. She's waited a long time for you to be here. And she hums a low tone into your body. This low tone of her subtle hum or purr creates a resonance through your body that aligns to her frequency. The power, the courage, the strength embodiment of the dragon energy. As you are reborn, and as you begin to awaken from the nest, you look to your right and you notice a little door. And the Mother Dragon encourages you to raise your body and walk to the door, blowing a subtle breeze behind you to move you along. You know that when you open that door, everything looks different because you converted major energies within the planes of that earth at the base of the mountain. You open this door, feel the joy of your converting power, knowing that you transformed not only for yourself but through the grids of the planet. You have invited in the depths of courage and bravery that are required to be your true and sovereign self. You are now it. You are the doulas of this new energy and age. And as you step through that door and you enter the planes of the earth again, feel the difference in whom you be. Powerful, potent you, standing for nothing less than sovereign bravery and courage. Knowing that you're safe to speak it, and your spine holds the key. The deep embodiment of true Earth's nature. Brave and bold, beautiful. It is you. As the Akoiya dragons fly above you and you walk along the plains of this planet, they wish you to know they are never far away. They're always available to you and are with you. And remember the colour of your dragon and whom he or she is to you. Assigned to you to support you in this transformational peace. As you bring peace, as you are peace, as you attract peace. You're feeling your energy return to the room in which you are in, while your light body blueprint continues to walk the plains of the earth, bringing peace wherever it journeys. You enter back into your physicality, noticing the body, how it is feeling, how it is responding. Breathing 3 deep breaths in, up into the brain, up into the mind. These breaths are also transformational and bringing you back into the space that you are in right now. As and when you are ready, feel your body in its fullness, your heart, which is full, and welcome yourself back to the room. welcome back. How are we all doing? Just pop some quick comments in the chat about how we're feeling after that, how your experience was. Feels like quite a deep shift, so we're just going to need to look after ourselves very, very well today, please. Loads of water. Where did you notice resistance, if any? At what point were you like, nope, can't do this? Or did you fully let yourself go all in? I felt it even for myself. I jumped too. It was very, very cool observing myself, because I kind of take on a dragon body as I'm doing that, but at the same time I could observe my human joining the experience with you, so it was pretty cool. Went all in. Brilliant. Amazing. So let me just check if there's anything that you need to do during the week. Yeah, all I get is exercise your bravery. Okay, so just know that if there's a point, you don't have to be aggressive about it, right? But know that if there is a point where you're like, okay, this is the moment, I'm being given the opportunity to exercise my bravery, allow yourself to do it. Be in full trust that you have got this, because you actually have, and they've got you. Yeah. I needed to work through that on the ground with lots of moving and stretching. Yes, 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 yes. On the ground, my body kept kind of felt like I was going like this, and then just then as the mother dragon left, it was like a spiraling, and my whole body was, but I could feel her going back down into the earth. It was, I haven't had that before, so it was pretty cool. But ground is key. Thank you for using that word. If you have got a moment now to go and get outside and lay on the grass, if you can, absolutely perfect. Remembering these are inner earth dragons. They're very galactic beings, but they are inner earth dragons. So every time you lay yourself on the ground, you've got the one up on a lot of people. You're not just grounding, you're connecting with the Akoiya. So really let them be there for you, right? How many of you have noticed your affiliation with trees or nature? That's because they speak through that. They send their vibration through that. You are now resonating in complete harmony with that energy. Okay? So the more you spend time with those things, the greater your resonance with them will be. Okay? We say that, we need to do it. Goes for me too. Spend more time in nature. All right. I'm going to let you go because we're a little bit over time. Much love to you all. Loads of water, plenty of sun, plenty of earthing. That's going to be very important, okay? Anyone has any questions, anything going on for them as it shows up during the week or later today, whatever, drop it in the chat. Can we also do one thing, and that is to celebrate our moments of bravery, okay? Even if it is crossing the road when you didn't think you should have, or whatever, it doesn't matter, just like whatever it is, celebrate those moments. What we are doing is we are cementing the energetics of that by celebrating. Celebration is the key to embodiment. Okay, it is the key. So you want to lock and load this, celebrate it. All right, Kelly, for you it might be write a piece about it, post it up on Facebook or in a group that you're in. I just journeyed into these depths. This is how I did it. This is what I did, and now I feel this. But let it be expressed the way you know it's meant to be expressed. What's right for you. Okay. So much love to each of you. And I'll see you next week for Hot Seat Coaching. Love you guys. Bye now.